For all its faults, YouTube is a valuable resource for tutorial content. From fixing a dishwasher to flying a 747, there's a video for it on this site. However, as a creator, it's becoming increasingly difficult to provide correct and relevant tutorial content for flight simulators. The main reason for this is the industry trend towards software as a service, specifically live service gaming. In the old days of Microsoft Flight Simulator, let's say FS95 to FSX, the sim itself was shipped on CD. Gold master discs were pressed just before release, and the software contained on them was reproduced on millions of retail discs throughout the product's lifespan. The core sim was essentially updated every 2 years and repackaged each time as a new simulator, FS 2002, 2004, etc. FSX was an exception, but it still only received a couple of service packs, spaced years apart, during its exceptionally long life. The same was true of add-on airplanes. From the PMDG 737 to the PSS Concorde, each add-on airplane was shipped on disk in finished form, usually accompanied by a thorough printed manual. If you wanted to learn to fly complex airplanes in the early 2000s, it was easy. Buy the sim, buy the plane, read the manual, fly happily ever after. In contrast, MSFS is a constantly moving target. In this modern age, where ultra-fast internet connections are the norm throughout the Western world, the sim is being updated and enhanced regularly. We're currently on the 14th sim update in just over 3 years. In a way, this is great. Bug fixes and feature enhancements are constantly arriving on our simulator for free. However, a tutorial that is valid for the current version of the sim may not be valid when the next update rolls around. Let's take the recent AAU2 update as an example. It revolutionised the way Boeing airliners behave in the simulator and made wholesale changes to Garmin avionics. Naturally, those changes rendered existing tutorials invalid overnight. This live service approach has an additional layer of complexity in the form of add-on airplanes. Just like the simulator, these airplanes are constantly being updated with new features and systems that change the way they fly. Once again, a tutorial for the current version of an add-on airplane may not be valid for the next one. The same is true of mods for existing airplanes, for example the Heavy Division 787 or Salty 747. Additionally, developers of add-on airplanes and mods must keep track of sim updates and make sure their products still work in new versions of the sim. We've recently seen what happens when the sim is updated but an add-on airplane is not, in the form of a Captain Sim 777. It has still not yet been updated for AAU2 and has issues as a result, which, you guessed it, renders existing tutorial videos invalid. Separately, issues can also occur when the user does not take the time to update their add-on airplanes or mods after a sim update. Continuing to fly an incompatible version causes all kinds of issues, but as this is a problem that individuals cause themselves, it's not really relevant to this video. So, as a content creator, what are the options for dealing with the moving target presented by a live service game? If a change in the sim, add-on airplane or mod is minor, it's usually possible to add a pinned comment to the existing tutorial video. This comment generally explains the changes and any required deviation from the procedures shown in the video. However, this comment will not reach every viewer, which inherently reduces the usefulness of the content for a percentage of the audience. In cases where changes to a product are major, my approach is usually to make a whole new tutorial video. However, there are issues with doing this. Not only is it possible that the new video may not reach as many people for various reasons, but delisting an old tutorial may have a noticeable impact on channel reach and therefore overall channel health, especially if the old video is very popular. The alternative of leaving the old video up alongside the new version and just linking to the new one in the comments section can cause problems in itself. The main issue with this is that leaving irrelevant and outdated content live is bad for many reasons, and having duplicate content is both confusing for viewers and frowned upon by the platform. To summarise, the options available to content creators for addressing inaccuracies in tutorial content caused by changes to a live service game are limited. Inaccurate content can and does frustrate viewers, which negatively impacts channel reach, usefulness and sentiment. And as MSFS continues to evolve, it's becoming increasingly difficult to provide relevant and correct tutorial content. Ultimately, something has to change. So what does this mean for the channel? Well, at a basic level, nothing really. I will continue to provide full flight videos for new airplanes, and these videos will continue to show every step required to take off, fly and land the aircraft. However, these videos will no longer be labelled as tutorials, rather they'll be labelled full flight demo. As such, they'll feature a little less explanation of the fundamentals behind why certain actions are being taken in the video. Additionally, each video will be accompanied by a disclaimer that the content was accurate at the time of release, that the airplane may have changed since, and that the video is not a substitute for reading and understanding any documentation provided with the aircraft. I'll end this video by thanking my 7,000 plus subscribers and over 1.8 million lifetime viewers for your continued support. I am endlessly grateful that the content I produce helps people to explore the virtual skies, and I genuinely hope the channel will continue to be useful to you all in future. Take care, and I'll see you next time.